I'm just proud of our guys. I mean, we had so many guys go down, and from Oscar pulling his groin on Thursday before practice to trying to get Hendon ready to play to guys in the secondary, and we just continue to battle and fight and scratch and claw. It's a rough locker room in there. It's a group of guys that they played hard, prepared well for a very good football team on the road in a hostile environment. Almost pulled it off. So it doesn't count for much other than I'm awfully proud of our football team. I'll tell you that much.
Questions, Coach?
How would you evaluate just in the immediate aftermath of Quincy, just his first career start?
I don't know. I would want to look at the film before I jumped out there and evaluated anybody. I'd say he handled the environment well. I mean, I was overall offensively. I mean, they were definitely not going to let us run the ball. I mean, they were stacked in there. I'm a little disappointed. I don't have to look at it that we didn't make more plays in the passing game, and we didn't really create a lot of separation out there either. Just that's what I felt like on the field. But we tried to hang in there and give us a chance. We tried to get it down to the last 5 minutes and find a way to win it.
And then, did he just not good enough to go? And at what point did you go?
Yeah, that was, that was a tough one. The bottom line was I couldn't pull the trigger on putting him in. I just couldn't. I gone back and forth when he practiced all week. He didn't take all the reps that he usually takes, but he did practice all week. He looked better and better every day. And I just couldn't come to grips with putting a kid out there that's played in 2.5 games without the full complement of preparation time. If he'd been playing for 2.5 years, I probably would have felt differently. I just, in the end, felt like it was in his best interest for his growth, and against an opponent like that, I just, as we got closer and closer to game time, I just felt like what was best for him and everybody else was to.
Is that hard when I don't know how late in the week you made the decision? Is that hard for the team? When you're thinking maybe it's going to go one way, then it goes the other. How is that?
I don't know. Like I think our team supports those guys and loves those guys, and I don't know that it. I'm certainly not going to stand here and use that as an excuse. I can tell you that much. But I just, I wasn't going to come out early in the week and tell everybody who was going to play, but also wasn't trying to mislead everybody. That's what I believed was going to happen. And as we got closer to it, I just didn't.
Justin, your defense had gotten off the field a lot all day, making plays that they need to. How confident were you they had 87 yards to go on that last drive in your defense?
Well, I felt good about us, all day. The problem was I keep looking up and it keeps ending up with different people in the game, and the guys are just dropping like flies. That's not the problem, but that causes you some consternation a little bit when the game's on the line. But we were one play away in all phases of the game. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just the last drive, and we had a chance to end the game with the ball in our hands on offense and couldn't do that. And that's the way you play sports. You keep putting yourself out there long enough in competitive environments. We're junkies for that, and sometimes it doesn't go your way. It's all up short and it hurts.
Justin, what they've shown against UNC and then what they've shown tonight, just in terms of what you were talking about earlier, how do you feel about where you guys are with the big games you have coming up?
Well, I feel great about our character, work ethic, togetherness. I feel awesome about our chemistry. We got 4 games in a row here. We're going to have to patch it together health-wise to give ourselves a chance. Guys are going to have some guys that haven't played much will probably have to step up, but we get guys back. I feel good, and if we don't, we got to find a way to get the other ones ready to go.
Justin, you had the 50-yard big catch by Trey down to like the 14-yard line. They had, I think, 2 passes to the end zone. They completed the 3rd down run. Were you disappointed to come away with just a field goal there? And look back at that and go,
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that yes, is the answer to that question. We've been really good down there all year, I feel like. They played 2 high safeties on 3rd down, and I feel like they have a better chance to run the ball into that. And they played, basically no high safeties on the first 2 downs, and we couldn't complete a pass into it. So, we certainly wanted points there. You hate kicking that field goal to go up 6, but a certain 2, you might think differently, And the other thought is, you figure you may get the ball back with some time, if the other team does score, and you can kick a field goal to win the game as opposed to scoring a touchdown. But I think it ended up being something like 4th and 5, if I'm not mistaken. And so we kicked it.
John.
Coach, pretty good plan, obviously, to keep under wraps for most of that game, but he's a heady kid. I guess you had to know he could do something late if he had to.
Yeah, he's a good player. I really believe. I'm not sure the date, but I feel like after the first couple games of their season last year, they made the move to him. I think that's been the catalyst to their success. They certainly have good players at other positions, but I think that changed their makeup a little bit. And we did do a good job defending them. But they made the one big play right there. And those are the plays in our other close games that we've made.
Coach, in all phases of the game, what would you say is the biggest adjustment you guys have to make heading into Wake Forest next week?
I don't know about that. We're going to play a completely different team. I don't know. I can do my best to answer that question, but it's a little broad. I'm not sure. We've got to. I believe it starts with taking care of the football and creating turnovers and running the football. We're unable to run the football as well as I'd like for us to.
Divine didn't play in this against Notre Dame last year. Wanted to play kind of these big games, big moments. Came up a couple times today. Obviously a plus, but that interception in the second half, what did you see from him, and how happy were you to kind of have him be able to be part of this, after a couple of years of fits and starts?
Oh, I can't say enough good things about Divine Diablo. In the day and age of I and me and all that kind of stuff, Divine he's a we guy. He changes positions, doesn't bat an eye. Goes over there and works hard and does a great job mentoring some of our younger players. And always loves seeing him have success. Just a pleasure to be around a fine young man. We cheer extra hard when he does well. We love having him around.
One more, Andy.
you guys were now gained about 3-1 in the first half, and then the play right before halftime felt almost like that UNC game last year, except didn't trip the 2-yard line. How big was that going into halftime in terms of a confidence booster?
Yeah, it was big. We had the ball down there about to go score and had a penalty and took a big play back and then ended up fumbling. I think it was the series right before that, if I'm not mistaken. It felt like it was, if it wasn't. Revisionist history, if it wasn't. But, and then the defense takes the field, and that was a little bit, we were pretty high there because it looked like we were going to go score, and then we got the penalty on the pass to Damon, and then we fumbled the ball, and the defense goes out, and it's given up. They're driving the ball a little bit there, and then that was a huge spark. Obviously it was a 14-point swing, but it was a big play. You know, gave us a lot of energy heading into the second half, and then we get the ball to start the second half and go down and kick a field goal. You know, it's pretty productive. You know, we were trying to get the game down to the end. We knew coming in, like, we wanted to try and shorten the game as best we could, get that thing down to the last couple minutes.